Hello, you fabulous ladies of Rich Girl Shift. This is the channel where we build a life of financial freedom, luxury, and smarts together. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my wealth-building tips. Today, we're diving into a super important topic. Your bank and credit cards are quietly draining your money. Have you ever wondered, where did all my money go? In just 1 year, American households can lose up to $1,500 to hidden bank and credit card fees. That's a luxe Bali vacation, a vintage Chanel bag, or even a student loan payment. But nope, that money's going straight into the greedy pockets of banks and credit card companies. Ladies, I know we're busy juggling work, family, and self-care, so it's easy to overlook these details. But today, I'm exposing how they're fleecing us and showing you how to take back control of your finances, especially with credit cards, which we ladies love using for shopping and investing in ourselves. Ready? Let's dive in. Part 1. How banks are getting rich off your money. Ladies, picture this. You deposit your hard-earned monthly paycheck into your bank account. You think the bank's keeping it safe and paying you a little interest, right? Wrong. Big banks like Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo take your money and lend it out at sky-high interest rates, 6% to 26% for mortgages, business loans, or credit cards. And what do they pay you? A pathetic 0.01% to 0.05% on savings or checking accounts. Let's do some quick math. If you keep $10,000 in a savings account at 0.02% interest, you earn $2 in a year. But if the bank lends out that $10,000 at 10% interest, they make $1,000. Who's winning this game? Definitely not you. I once chatted with a close girlfriend who kept $20,000 in a Bank of America savings account for 5 years. She thought she was being safe. The result? She earned less than $50 in interest, while the bank used her money to generate tens of thousands in profits. Ladies, this isn't keeping your money safe. It's a wealth-building machine for banks, and you're just a pawn in their game. Your bank isn't your bestie, your partner, or your mom. They're a business, and their sole goal is to maximize profits from you. Part 2. The sneaky ways banks rip you off. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how banks quietly siphon money from your wallet. These are the common tricks every woman needs to know to protect herself. 2.1. Teaser rates. Ever seen a bank ad boasting a juicy 5% interest on new savings accounts? Sounds amazing, right? But this is a classic bait-and-switch move. They'll give you that high rate for the first 3 to 6 months, but it's usually capped at a small amount, like $5,000. After that, the rate plummets to 0.1% or lower. Meanwhile, your money's still locked in their account, and they're lending it out at high rates. Ladies, this is why you need to read the fine print. Don't fall for those shiny numbers in the ads. 2.2. Monthly maintenance fees. Can you believe it? Banks charge you just for keeping your money with them. Some big banks like Wells Fargo can slap you with up to $35 a month if you don't maintain a minimum balance, often $1,500 or more. Do the math. $35 x 12 months equals $420 a year. That's enough for a killer pair of heels, a skill-building course, or a chunk of credit card debt repayment. I once met a Rich Girl Shift fan who shared that Chase charged her $25 a month for maintenance because her account dipped below the minimum a few times. When she called to complain, they refused to refund her. This is how banks prey on those living paycheck to paycheck, especially women who are often balancing expenses for the whole family. 2.3. Overdraft fees. This is the worst trick of all. Imagine you buy a $5 coffee, but your account only has $3. Instead of declining the transaction, the bank might quietly approve it and charge you a $35 overdraft fee for each instance. Buy a $10 lunch afterward? Bam! Another $35 fee. In a single day, you could rack up hundreds in fees for tiny purchases. In 2023, U.S. banks raked in $6.5 billion from overdraft fees. Ladies, this isn't your fault. It's a system designed to trap those who don't check their balances often, and us women, with a million things on our plates, are prime targets. 2.4. Financial discrimination. This one really gets my blood boiling. Women, especially women of color, often face unfair treatment in banking. Data shows Black and Latina women are charged 0.5 to 1% higher mortgage rates than white women, even with the same credit score. Businesses owned by women are also more likely to be denied loans. Banks often steer women into fee-heavy accounts, claiming it's risk adjustment. But when you dig into the data, this bias persists even with solid financial profiles. Ladies, this isn't just about money, it's about fairness. We deserve to be treated as valued customers, not prey. Part 3. Credit cards, a double-edged sword for modern women. Ladies, credit cards are a fantastic tool for building credit, earning rewards, and investing in ourselves, from shopping for clothes, pampering, to enrolling in skill-building courses. But if you're not careful, they can turn into a financial nightmare. Let's break down how credit card companies rip you off and how to manage them smarter. 3.1. Sky-high credit card interest rates. The average credit card interest rate in the U.S. is now 20 to 25% annually, 10 times higher than mortgage rates. If you carry a $1,000 balance on a card with 22% interest, you'll pay $220 in interest alone in a year, not counting other fees. Women often use credit cards for shopping or emergency expenses, but if you don't pay off the balance monthly, this interest will eat away at your finances. I once met a fan who bought a $300 dress on her credit card, but because she only paid the minimum, she ended up paying an extra $150 in interest over a year. Ladies, that dress wasn't worth $450. 3.2. Hidden credit card fees. Beyond interest, credit cards come with a slew of hidden fees. Foreign transaction fees, shopping online from international brands. You could be charged 1 to 3% of the purchase amount. Late payment fees. Miss a payment by just one day? That's $30 to $40. Overlimit fees. Spend beyond your credit limit? Add $25 to $35 more. I know we ladies are busy and can forget payment due dates or overlook credit card statements. But this is exactly how credit card companies profit from our slip-ups. A 2024 study found women tend to pay 15% more in credit card fees than men because we often use cards for smaller, frequent purchases and pay less attention to these fees. 3.3. Psychological tricks of credit cards. Credit card companies are psychology masters. They know women love rewards like cashback, points, or free flights. But to qualify for those rewards, you often have to spend a big chunk up front in the first few months. This pushes you to spend more than planned, and if you don't pay off the balance, the interest wipes out the reward's value. They also send emails like, "Today only 20% off when you shop with your card," to trigger impulse buys. Ladies, these aren't deals, they're traps. Part 4. How ladies can take back financial control. Alright, now you know how banks and credit card companies are fleecing you. But don't worry, ladies. I've got a step-by-step plan to help you manage your money smarter and live the rich girl shift lifestyle, wealthy, confident, and in control. Here are 5 detailed steps. Step 1. Check and demand fee waivers. Don't let banks or credit card companies get away with charging you fees. Every month, review your bank and credit card statements. If you spot maintenance fees, overdraft fees, or late payment fees, call them immediately. Use the script. "Hi, I noticed a $35 fee on my account/card. I've been a loyal customer and I'd like this fee waived." If the first rep says no, ask for a manager. I used this with Chase and got a $75 overdraft fee refunded in 5 minutes. Ladies, this works 80% of the time if you're persistent. Be bold, your money deserves protection. Step 2. Switch to a better bank. Stop being loyal to banks that rip you off. I know switching banks sounds like a hassle, but ladies, you spend hours picking out lipstick, why not 30 minutes to pick a better bank? Here are 3 banks I recommend. Charles Schwab Checking, no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and global ATM fee reimbursements. Perfect for ladies who love to travel. Capital One 360, no maintenance fees, high-yield savings, and tools to avoid overdraft fees. Ally Bank, no fees, up to $250 overdraft protection, and a user-friendly interface. On the flip side, steer clear of Wells Fargo and Bank of America. These banks are notorious for scandals like opening fake accounts and piling on fees. If you're with them, switch now. You deserve a bank that respects you. Step 3. Manage credit cards like a queen. Credit cards aren't the enemy, but you've got to use them wisely. Here are 3 tips tailored for ladies. Pay off the balance monthly. Set up autopay for the full balance to avoid interest. If you can't pay it all, prioritize high-interest balances first. Use budgeting apps. Apps like Rocket Money, not sponsored, just useful. Track your credit card bills, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and remind you of due dates. Choose the right card. Pick a card that matches your spending habits. Love shopping? Go for a cashback card like Chase Freedom Unlimited. Travel often? Try Capital One Venture. I helped a fan switch from a card with a $99 annual fee to a free cashback card. She saved $200 a year from rewards and lower fees. Ladies, make your credit card a wealth-building tool, not a burden. Step 4. Optimize savings and investments. Big banks are terrible for savings and investments. Instead of keeping money in a savings account earning 0.1%, switch to high-yield online banks like Ally or Marcus by Goldman Sachs, where you can earn 4 to 5% interest. For investments, start with low-cost index funds through platforms like Vanguard or Fidelity. Avoid complex investment products from banks. They're often high-fee and low-return. I started investing in an S&P 500 index fund 10 years ago, and it's grown over 200%. Ladies, your money needs to work for you, not the bank. Step 5. Build a rich girl money mindset. Finally, to truly master your finances, you need to shift your mindset. Women are often taught to save and play it safe, but I want you to think bigger. How can your money make more money? Read books like The Millionaire Next Door or I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Join women-focused finance communities like the Rich Girl Shift Facebook group, link in the description. And most importantly, believe you deserve to be wealthy. Every step you take, from switching banks, managing credit cards, to investing, is a step toward financial freedom. Ladies, I know you're busy, but don't let banks and credit card companies steal your dreams, a luxe vacation, a home of your own, or a solid emergency fund. Start today with one small action. Check your bank and credit card statements. Find at least one fee to demand a waiver for. Then, consider switching to a better bank and optimizing your credit cards. You've got this, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, hit like, share, and subscribe to Rich Girl Shift to build a community of wealthy, savvy women together. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever been hit with an unfair bank or credit card fee? Or what finance topic do you want me to cover next? Follow me on YouTube at Rich Girl Shift for daily money tips. Thanks for watching, ladies, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep building our rich girl empire. Money with Wings sparkles.